Right. Good afternoon, students. Welcome to another session of cellular and mobile communication. Today we discussed about the topic of frequency reuse concept. The term is frequency reuse concept. Before going to that one, what are the topics we discussed yesterday class? In yesterday class, we have discussed that what are the topics yesterday we discussed? Uniqueness of mobile radio system. Uniqueness of mobile radio system. Here in the uniqueness of mobile radio system environment, we discussed how to calculate propagation attenuation, what is meant by fading, what are the factors affecting in the fading we discussed. And the another topic we discussed is what are the operations of a cellular and mobile communication. That is kind of four sources of the cellular mobile communication operation. And we discuss about hexagonal shaped cells, right? Hexagonal shaped cells. Why you are using the shape of the cell is hexagonal shaped cells. When you are using the type of cells, that is only for engineering drawing purpose, right? And another topic we discussed is analog and digital cellular mobile communication systems. What are the generations? In which generation analog communication, analog mobile communication coming? In which generation digital cellular mobile communication? What are the examples we discussed yesterday class? I think no doubts. Till now I am not in a query. It is good. I think all of the students understood the topics. Today we discuss about the topic of frequency reuse. Frequency reuse. Before going to now, I have to go for designing of a system. Frequency reuse. Frequency reuse. The topic is frequency reuse. Right. The term shows itself. Frequency can be again reused for different places or different places. Already discussed about the topic in previous classes is mobile communication first, not for cellular communication, mobile communication. The term shows mobile communication. Here, what is meant by mobile communication? Mobile communication, nothing but here we have to use a large cell. This large cell contains a single cell phone tower which covers cell. Large cell contains only single tower which can be cover the total cell. Here why you are using the coverage here? Coverage region is circular here. Here the coverage of the type of antenna which we are using are the base station. Base station is omnidirectional antenna. Omnidirectional antenna. That's why here it covers a large area. The shape what is meant to omnidirectional antenna system. Here the omnidirectional antenna system is nothing but which can radiate power equal in all directions. Suppose I have to fix at the top of here an antenna. I have to fix at the we have to use at top of the here. Once you have to use the type of antenna which you are using here, the cell phone tower or base station or cell site is omnidirectional antenna system, which can covers equal in all directions within the cell. But what are the problems occurs in this one in mobile communication, general mobile communication? Here in this mobile communication having three drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? Poor service. Poor service. Next one is what are the next one is? Here we are getting number of channels availability is less. Next one is inefficient spectrum utilization. These are three drawbacks coming in mobile communication. That's why I go for cellular communication. Already discussed yesterday in previous classes. What are the drawbacks of conventional mobile communication system? That is three types. How to overcome these three drawbacks by using cellular mobile communication. By using cellular mobile communication. What is meant by cellular mobile communication? Here we have to take this total large area into small regions. Each small region is called the cell. Now we have to discuss about here the concept of mobile communication. Cellular mobile communication. What is my cellular mobile communication? Here is the cellular mobile communication. First, we have to take the large area. This is a large area of a cell. This is a large area cell divided into small regions. Each small region is called a cell called as a cell. Right. Here, what is the shape of the cell here? Hexagonal shaped cell. Now we have to take hexagonal shaped here. Right. Now we have to divide into small parts. Again, we have to take another one. See this like this, how I'm connecting. Right, like this, I have to divide. Again, you have to use number of cells we could to cover here, but take total area divided to small parts. Each small part is called a cell. Now we have to each cell having now one base station. But each cell having one base station. Right. Likewise, in mobile communication, only general mobile communication, see this figure, total large area having only single base station or cell site, which can cover large area, but we are getting three drawbacks. To overcome this one, we have to go for cellular communication. In the cellular communication, the large area can divide to small one. Each small one is called a cell. Cell is now, how is the shape of the cell here? Hexagonal shaped cell. Hexagonal shaped cell. Here it is for each hexagonal shaped cell having single cell phone tower. Now we have to give numbering here. Here numbering here. Right, like this we have to give cell numbers. That is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C10, C11, C12, C13, C14, C15, C16, C17, C18. Likewise, I have to give for C19. Again, I have to continue C20, C21 like this. We have to cover total area. Now I have to give the right. Once we have to give the numbering for cell sites C1 and like the in this picture I have represented up to C19. We can go on C20, C20 like this. We have to design. In general, here each and every cell site having working with a different frequency. C1 is working with F1. And C2 is working with F2. And C3 working with C3 cell phone are working with frequency F3. And C4 cell phone tower 4 working with, or cell site 4 working with frequency F4. And C5 working with F5. And C6 working with F6 frequency. And C7 working with F7. C8 working with F8. And C9 working with F9. C10 working with cell phone tower working with F10. And C11 working with F11. And C12 working with F12. C14 working with C13. F13. F14, C15, working with F15, F16, F17, F18, F19. Here, see this one. Once I have to take total large area divided into small one. Each small one is equal to cells. For each cell, we have to give numbering C1 to C19 now. With the frequency, different frequency, not for here in this figure. Can anybody student raise the hand? My voice and picture is okay. Can anybody voice is okay? Anybody? My voice is audible? My voice is audible and okay, right. Thank you. Right. You see this one, how many frequencies you have to generate for this one? F1 to F19. Suppose F1 is 100. Suppose you have to go for F1, which is equal to 100 megahertz. F2, which is equal to 200 megahertz. Like so on. F19 with working with 1900 megahertz. Suppose in your laboratory up to 3 in laboratory, you are using function generators. What is use of function generators? The function generate signals. I think, but the inside the type of circuitry which available in function generators is multivibrators. Here in your function generators, you are using maximum to generate signal in terms of kilohertz, right? In analog communication, digital communication laboratories also, you are using only terms of kilohertz. You have to take as an input. Suppose we want megahertz and gigahertz signals we want to generate. Is it possible to normal function generators to generate like that high frequency signal? This is not possible. At that time, we have to go for microwave source. Here, what are the examples of microwave sources? Klystrons, reflex klystrons, gun diode, right? Traveling wave tubes, different types of sources available to generate high frequency. To generate high frequency is a thing, but it is not simple. It is very difficult to generate that much high frequencies. And not only by generating complexity, it is for cost also increases for generating that much high. It is harmful for humans also for that high frequency. That's why we have to go for the concept of frequency reuse. Instead of using F1 to F19 frequencies, F1 to F19 frequencies, just we have to reuse. Suppose we are using F1 100 megahertz at the center. Again, the same frequency use another, but not adjacent cell, but different area. That is the concept of frequency reuse. Yes, see this one. Right. Now we have to go for the concept of frequency reuse. Right. Now we have to go for the main topic of frequency reuse. Why you are going for frequency reuse? Frequency reuse is a thing, but it is a radio channel consists of pair of frequency, right? Which can be used at different cells. Which can be used at different cells, but not adjacent cells. But not adjacent cells. Suppose we are using same frequency in adjacent, nothing but we are getting co-channel interference. Co-channel interference. See this one, right? Again, I'm going to back to the Microsoft Word for explaining frequency reuse concept. Right. See this one. Instead of using 19 different frequencies, we are using only 7 frequencies. You know, first you have to note down cluster size. Cluster size. Right. Here the cluster size is nothing but we have to define either value of k or define either k, capital K or capital N representation of cluster size, which is equal to I square plus ij plus j square. What is the cluster size? Either representation either k or n, which is equal to I square plus ij plus j square. Right. Suppose both I and j are integers. Right. Suppose I equal to 1, j equal to 1. What is the k value? K value which is equal to I square plus ij plus j square, k equal to 3. I equal to 1, j equal to 2, then k equal to I square nothing but 1, ij 2, total 3, 3 plus 4, k equal to 7. Likewise, I equal to 2, j equal to 1, again we are getting k equal to 7. Next, I equal to 2, j equal to 2, then k equal to 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12. Likewise, we are generating cluster size. Right. Here, suppose of I equal to 2. What is the cluster size? 7. Likewise, here from this, right? Here, cluster size 7, nothing but cell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is in this cluster having 7 cells. Right now, by applying frequency reuse, Yes, see this one. Now instead of using different frequencies for not adjacent cell. Instead of using different frequencies, apply frequency reuse. Apply frequency reuse concept. Right. Apply frequency. That is, at the center cell we are using F1. Again, F1 frequency used for C8 also. C8 also same frequency used, C1 and C8. Then these two cells are called co-channel cells. What do you mean co-channels? Two cells having same frequency we are using. These are the channels are called the co-channels. Co-channels, I think, but same frequency we are using that particular cells. By applying frequency rules, the same frequency used here, but not adjacent cell. Here F1 is used. If C2 also F1 used, we are getting co-channel interference. To reduce that one, instead of adjacent cell, somewhere in other places, we are using co-channel. Right. Here, based upon this C figure, again we have to take here C1 and C8 in this figure. C1 also having same frequency, C8 also same frequency. This is called the applying the frequency reuse to reduce the cost of a system. To reduce the cost of a system and time and better utilization of frequency, we are using the going for frequency reuse. Frequency reuse is not the same frequency used for different cells, but not adjusted frequency reuse. Now I have to see this figure. C1 having F1, C8 having from this slide. See this one, right? Right. See this one here. C1. We just have to assume this is for C8. Both are using same frequency. The radius of each cell is a capital R, and C base which is equal to gamma. Here, what is meant by D? D is nothing but frequency reuse distance. Nothing but what is the distance between two co-channels? What is the distance between two co-channels? What do you mean a co-channel? Co-channel is nothing but the same frequency used for the two cells. The frequency that is called as the frequency reuse distance. From now again going to Microsoft Word. Right, from this figure, what is meant frequency reuse distance? Now I have to draw a line. Right. Here, see this one. Right. Here, these two cells having same frequency. That's why we have to calculate the distance between these two co-channels. Is called the D is nothing but frequency reuse distance. Frequency reuse distance. I think you can understand this concept. What is meant by cell? How to allocate cell numbers, and what is meant by frequency reuse, and what is meant by frequency reuse distance. Right. Now again go for the main topics. Right. Here, how many types of frequency reuse schemes? Here, the frequency reuse can be implemented either time domain or space domain. How to implement frequency reuse in time domain? By using time division multiplexing. Yesterday we discussed about the topic of TDD, time division duplexing. Here nothing but in frequency reuse in time domain, nothing but at different time slots, the same frequency of a channel can be utilized by any number of subscribers. But there is no problem. But coming to the second type of scheme of frequency reuse, space domain. Here, what is meant by space domain? Nothing but till now we discussed, right? At different locations of a cells, we have the same frequency. In space domain, right? Here, a space domain, the total frequency spectrum can allocate a divided to based upon K frequency reuse pattern. Right. Here, see this one. See this figure. Here, this contains figure. Right, here you see this figure. Now I'm going to this one. I see this one. Already we know how to calculate K value, K square plus I plus J square. You see this figure. The first figure shows K equal to 4 concept. That is, we are giving numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. After again we are giving 1, 2, 3, 4 frequency. Again we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, K equal to 7. Like here, K equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here this figure, where the 1 is we are using, other again 1 is nothing but the same frequency F1 is used. Here F1 is used here, Again, F1 is there. What is the distance with these two is frequency distance D. Right. Next here, K equal to 12. And here, this is all K equal to 19. Likewise, we have to implement the frequency reuse concept. But now we have to go for the concept where exactly again same frequency is coming. Where exactly the same frequency is coming. Here, see this one. Right. Here for this example, right. We don't know here at the center we are using F1. Again, where exactly use F1, but not adjacent cell. After adjacent cells, where exactly F1 is used. Here for this also one method is there where exactly the F1 is used. Right. See this one figure. We are using here K equal to I square plus Ij plus J square. Here for this we are using K equal to 7. For K equal to 7, this one I equal to 1, J equal to 2. We are getting K value is 7. Or I equal to 2, J equal to 1. We are getting K equal to 7. Now see this one. What is the I value here? I equal to 2, right? I equal to 2. Now from this center cell, again where exactly F1 is used, we don't know. Exactly, we don't know. Based upon the I value, what is meant by I value? I equal to 2. Nothing but from this center, we have to move from 2 cells. I equal to 1. This center 1. I equal to 2. This one. Next, what is the J value? J equal to 1. Turn 60 degree anti-clockwise direction. Turn 60 is anti-clock direction. This is for anti-clock. 60 degrees something but here. Right. Again here we are F1 should be used. Again F1 should be used by the concept of K equal to I square plus Ij plus J square. Based upon the I value, and move towards either upwards, downwards, whatever it may be, 2 cells. What is J value? Counterclock direction. Next, suppose from this direction I have to take now. Right. Suppose from this direction, I equal to 2. Insert shape I equal to 2. I equal to 2. Then turn it to 60 degrees. Nothing but again we are using here. Next. I equal to 1, I equal to 2, turn 60 degrees, counterclockwise direction. I'm using F1 here. Similarly, likewise, you have to connect cell, adjacent cell to next coming F1. I equal to 1, I equal to 2, turn 60 degrees counterclockwise direction. Again, we are using F1 for this cell. See this figure. Automatically we are getting where exactly again same frequency is reused by the concept of k equal to I square plus ij plus j square. Based upon I value, move towards two cells. Based upon I value, move towards. Based upon I value, how many cells it moves, either straight or whatever adjacent cell. Based upon j value, turn counterclockwise direction 60 degrees. Automatically based upon j value we are getting where exactly placed. Suppose j equal to 2, nothing but suppose here I equal to 1, it moves from C1 to C2. C1 is 1, I equal to 1, C2 is I equal to 2. Turn 60 degrees. Suppose j equal to 2, nothing but again it moves another cell. Like this, we have to fix where exactly are the same frequency can be utilized. Now see this figure, how many F1s again we are getting? F1, here 6 F1s again getting from the center cell. Here this is called a first type. What is the first type? After center cell, where exactly F1s are coming is called as the center cell. See this one. See this figure. After the center cell, where exactly again F1s are coming is nothing but F1. F1 in the first tier. Suppose based upon next after this one again you are getting F1s. Nothing but second tier. This is concept of tier concept. Tier concept. I think you can understand from this figure how to divide cells and how to give the numbering. Based upon this figure, based upon frequency reuse, in previous using how many number of frequencies from F1 to F19, but now only F1 to F7. That is seven set of frequencies enough for designing the cellular communication. Again, we are getting F2s, F like, but not adjacent cells. This is about the concept of frequency reuse, right? Here, from this side, see this one. This is how signal is how this arrow mark show from this fourth figure, right? Right. Next one is frequency reuse distance. What is the frequency reuse distance? The distance between two co-channels. What is the co-channel? The cells having same frequency. That is D equal to root 3k into R. The standard formula of frequency reuse distance, which is equal to root 3k into R. Here k is nothing but cluster size. That is k equal to I square plus ij plus j square. What we to R here? Coverage radius of each cell. Coverage radius of each cell. Now, based upon this k values, already we discussed how to calculate k value. K equal to 4. What is the frequency reuse distance? 3.46. That is root 3 into 4 multiplied with R. We are getting 3.46. Likewise, k equal to 4, k equal to 7, k equal to 12, k equal to 19. Here from this formula, if all the cell sites transmit same power, then k is increased and the frequency reuse increases. This increases D reduces the channel interference. Right. Whenever the D is increases, nothing but automatically the co-channel interference will be reduced. Right. All of you discuss, right, how based upon I value, J value, what is meant by K. Right. Thank you very much for participation in this of cellular and mobile communication. Is there any query? Please type your query in chat box. This is only single topic we discussed today class. Why? Because this is a detailed explanation why for this one. Based upon this only next topics coming. That's why only this single topic is enough for today's class. Is there any query? Please type your in chat box. Any query? Any query? Any query? Are you audible my voice, Bhargavi? Bhargavi Chintam. Bhargavi Chintam. Are you audible my voice? Please raise the hand. I think all attendees are understood. Because today I am taking for a long time for that explanation for frequency reuse concept. I am taking Microsoft Word for better. It's not simply taking slides. For better explanation, I am taking Microsoft Word. Yeah, thank you very much for participating in today's class. Thank you very much. We will again meet 9 o'clock. And I'm ending today's class.